Alright, so in this one, unfortunately, we are here yet again, having to rant because Legends is very, very odd. For one, I saw those tournament power changes that are about to happen, and I know people are up in arms, even though we don't know the full extent of the changes. Whatever about that, right? I know that's a thing that does exist, though, so there's that. But this... Again, this philosophy premise, man, it baffles me how we're just so 50-50 on like, oh, now we're going to do it, now we're not. And it's becoming consistent. I will say it's becoming consistent, but it's not consistently good. We now have Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and he is top 2 in the game. We now have Ultra Full Power Frieza, and he is top 1 in the game. And we also have Ultra Namek Goku, who is top 3 in the game. So there's a bit of a gap, right? You notice the Ultras, which are not all back-to-back. They are the best of the best. And they should be the best of the best, you know, on their own merit of initial droppage. But then, over time, things should start hindering them, hurting them. Older units getting buffed, this unit getting released, etc. from there. Unfortunately, with Legends doing what they are doing of philosophy, they are doing the complete opposite. We've actually had this before in a meta where it was Ultra Hit, Ultra Kid Buu, Ultra Rose, and that was the best team in the game. That was a great time for them. Now we're there again. This was, mind you, a few years back where that was the premise going on. That was just more because they were just spamming PO units. These units have no correlation at all, and they are still going to be the best team in the game. Frieza to UV4 to Namek Goku. Bro, Frieza and Namek Goku have a stat gap, and you're still, every time you'd ever run into them, meant to run them together. That's how broken it is. And obviously this goes into the flaw of the philosophy where, okay, we got Zenkai Cooler. Well, I think he's an okay Zenkai. Clearly not good enough to stop the King Namek Goku. Oh, we got UV4. Even despite UV4 being amazing against Namek Goku, because he's the best unit in the game against Namek Goku. There is such a big gap between the number 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or everything going down units to the top 3 because of how inconsistent their philosophy is to units that aren't Ultras. Ultras have a different philosophy. It's like there's 3 philosophies. The old one, the new one, then the Ultra one. And it's like, I understand to a degree, I'm not trying to shill a zillion-dollar company, I understand to a degree the notion of, okay, guess what? This makes sense that at least people are more necessity. People are more desiring something for Ultra instead of LFs, because you look at Metal Cooler, he's garbage, right? You look at Kefla, she's okay, she's kind of homeless. You look at Apeless Vegeta, Kaioken, yeah, no, those are units you could summon for, but does you really need them? Because you probably figured the Part 3 units would come out. Same thing for Part 1. Did you need Part 1 in 7th Annie? No. I understand a business perspective of, well, we gotta make Ultras more necessity. You know, sometimes these LFs just end up being top 2, and what are we gonna do about that? The Ultras won't sell, they're top 2 guys, and then this guy's just top 1. I already have a top 2. But it's bad. That goes without saying, but I am saying that it is bad because why are we doing this? Again, we look at Metal Cooler's kit. You know, this guy's a defense type unit. He is intended to tank and do these blah 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 things of, you would assume, disrupting and defending, because that's what a defense type should do. Look at history of defense types. There's a Monster Goku Black, that assist unit. They tanked, right? And they tanked well, and that was great. Kaioken here, even more bulky than Cooler. But then you release a unit of UV4, who is after, and even beforehand with Frieza, with the better disrupt, where Frieza and UV4 have better disruptions than the LF that is intended to be that defense type. Like, I get the notion. I'm here on paper. I understand the roles. There's roles. Cooler's meant to defend, and then King Cold's meant to do some burst, and then Ultra Full Power is meant to carry everything on his back because holy shit, this team's ass. I understand the premise of roles that they're going for. I like that idea, but the execution is so horrid, and it's like, okay, it doesn't seem that bad of execution, right? But then you get UV4, and it's like, so they know how to make good units. They're not, like, lost on this, right? You know, maybe the Tag Force plot could have been better, maybe the Zenkai could have been better of Cooler, whatever. They seem lost. But then UV4 drops, and he's easily, if not the best, one of the best units in the game, and it's like, So you didn't just forget how to make units good, you just forgot how to make non-ultras good, because everything besides an ultra doesn't matter in this game. Even the number 4 unit for a lot of people is Ultra Super Vegito, and that's just because he's the Great Wall. That guy does not die. Whether he be offensive or anything in that caliber of like peak, goodness of ultras of current, he's not there. But his role, he does very well, better than anybody else. Great, happy for him. But anything below an ultra basically doesn't matter in this game, which I know you don't like that. I know I don't like that, because what you're running into right now is boom, boom, boom. Those are the only 3 units you'll face. Maybe you'll face an occasional Kaioken, an occasional Feet Ku, maybe once in every 60 games Kefla. There is the existence of other stuff. Sure. But majority, like the 99% of the match, well, 95, I'll give it 95 on that percent of the matches, it's just going to be triple ultra. And there's not any intent behind a development team that's like, oh yeah, well, we meant to do this. I know you didn't mean to do this. I know you don't ever mean to do triple ultras as a real team. You understand leader slot's a bad thing, Legends, but yet you still spam this premise of, please, dear God, leader slot exists and save everybody's life. That's what everyone's going to do. You just dropped an LOE campaign. Not one unit on the LOE campaign wants to be run on LOE. Zenkai Cooler? Put him on Saiyans. Full Power Frieza? Leader slot him anywhere else. Metal Cooler? He doesn't want to fucking go anywhere because he's in your box taking up space and collecting dust like mine is right here. Zenkai's even. DBS Frieza, whatever else. I don't even remember the Zenkai at this point. All I remember is DBS Frieza Zenkai. It's like, that sure existed. That sure did something that did nothing. By the way, that unit had a very good foundation of like, he could be really, really broken. And sure, people are fine with him being subpar because he's very toxic. But like, because you release Ultra Full Power Frieza, you feel the need to dwindle this unit's goodness that could have been in their Zenkai because you made the mistake, Legends, of releasing already a toxic god. So what? Maybe just don't do that next time? I don't know if that's like rocket science, but they did that. And I fear for the GT campaign because, I mean, who's to say this won't happen again? We're getting this full campaign. This is going till the 23rd, bro. We are just beginning. We're not even in the month it's meant to be in at this point. And I'm terrified. I really am. Maybe we get some Bomb Ku Zenkai, and here's a top 8 Bomb Ku, and it's like, he's not going to do anything. UV4 won't give a shit. Just run Full Power Frieza. Like, there's no way you could even stop this duo anyways. Like, they unleashed it. Now they have to suffer the repercussions. We have to suffer the repercussions. How are you going to stop Endurance, Cancel Buff Effect Ultra with Endurance, Cancel Buff Effect Ultra that are color synergy and have infinite subcount manipulation synergy? Mind you, if Frieza gets hit, you are lowering your Vegeta subcount by 6. Vegeta will be able to enter with a 6 lowered subcount if Frieza gets hit 1 card. And vice versa. They both manipulate subcounts for one another, for the entire teams, but for one another because they both manipulate it individually. So these units won't matter. The Ultra happened. Everything post this, I would be 0% surprised if anything. I'm talking the next LF, the new 1%, I'm talking Zenkai, Plat, everything will probably have 0 impact at all compared to what UV4 just had. And that's just obviously a very bad notion because look at the LOE campaign as an example. No LOE unit is making such a significant impact where you're like, oh shit, damn, that was a good campaign. I'm glad I summoned on that. No. I don't know what we're doing. I'm confused. I'm not even fully angry. Like, I've been angry enough, bro. I'm just more like, we're here. We do exist. We are coexisting with this mentality of philosophy, changed, updated. We're all existing with that. But then they introduce a third one, and it's like, whoa, that came from fucking left field. And it's just more lost on me than anything. Like, I'm not even mad. I'm just lost. Like, who planned this? Who thought that this should be the way we do this? And I'm not even mad about what Vegeta is. Like, Vegeta should be good. He should be broken. The Ultras should be broken. These top 3 Ultras. But they shouldn't be as unchecked as long as they are. Like, Namek, Goku, and Frieza, they have to get some checks and balances, right? Like, we gotta start checking these units. Nothing before them is going to check them. You look before them, nothing's checking them. You look after them, nothing even attempts. Who's trying? Like, was their golden attempt, besides UV4, by the way, their golden attempt was what? Metal Cooler is supposed to check Frieza? Like, are we trolling? Look, we're joking, right? Metal Cooler's kit? What in Metal Cooler's kit was meant to check Frieza? Oh, we could take the green card, green attacks. Yeah, the opponent can't swap, apparently. They never learned. Because that 5 counts defense neutral that's cancelable doesn't really do much when Namekoku's run with Frieza, which they intended Namek Saga, so you think they would have some forethought to give Cooler better utility against Namekoku. No. And if Zenkai Cooler is meant to be the Namekoku stopper, and he is good against him, you would have to build a foundation around LOE. Correct. Thank you for understanding. And they didn't. Like, LOE is King Cold Metal Cooler Zenkai. They wanted you to look at LOE and be like, oh, you can run 2 variants with Revza, LFL Power, or DBS Frieza, and Ultra. And then you run a melee variant. Like, oh, they're basically on par. Bitch, on par to what? On par to shit to fucking amazing? Because they're both kind of ass. But, like, one's far superior than the other. Just glazing your fucking Ultra Full Power is a much better idea than glazing any other LOE unit in this goddamn game. So, I just realized Frost exists. What the fuck's he doing here? Jesus Christ. But I'm just confused. It's just more confusion than even anger. Like, what am I supposed to think when it's like, what does a person think when they see this? Oh, there's whole new notion of like, this is supposed to be how the game's intended to run. And then it just becomes Triple Ultra, and it's like, oh, well, now I get the intent. Money, obviously, but still. You're introducing supporters, man, and I'm sure I'm going to have to make a rant about this shit the day it drops, but, like, you're introducing supporters. Is that not going to be enough money for you? Like, this game is not, in the dumps needing to rob a bank. Like, they're alright. I promise. They're not bad on money, but the way they do this, and it's like, well, only Ultras matter. Kind of sounds like they're bad on money, right? I'm just lost, man. I'm just lost. Like, it just confuses me what the hell they're even attempting here. Like, it just baffles me, the notion of like, oh yeah, this is what we meant to do. It's not what we meant to do. This is just fucking circumstantial, and it's ass. It's a shitty circumstance you put us in. Let me guys think of Ultras, the philosophies. I'm just lost, bro. I'll see you in the next one.